what's doing, guys? Back with another fresh vinyl review. And today we're going to be looking at the X-Plus Toho 30cm series Mogera from 1994's epic Heisei film, Godzilla vs. SpaceGodzilla. Now, what some people might consider an awesome Heisei entry with Godzilla vs. SpaceGodzilla, it's not one of my favorites. It does have its moments of fun. Little Godzilla's cute. He looks like a Muppet from the Muppet Babies or something from Sesame Street. You can't blame him. He's a mutation. He doesn't control how he looks and his facial features and all that stuff. I mean, sometimes you just want to kick him into a puddle in the back alley of a building or whatever, but what are you going to do, right? Anyway, so we're looking at the 30cm Mogera from, again, SpaceGodzilla. Mogera making its return to the Heisei films. Last time we saw Mogera was in the Mysterians from 1963, was it? No, 57. I'm sorry, 57. 57 or 58? Oh, wow. I'm all screwed up. 58. 57. No, Varan was 58. Yeah, I'm all messed up. Okay, anyway. So, it's good to see another Showa character come back into the Heisei films, and an underrated character for that matter. You know, who would have thought, oh, well, they're not going to bring back a lesser kaiju or mech for that matter, but they did. Okay, so the figure came out June of 2018, just in time for the hot summer. Bam, makes no difference because it's a mech, so he's not going to get all, you know, gooey and everything. Well, it's vinyl, of course he's going to get gooey. All right, let's talk about the box real quick. Okay, the box. Now, this is the box cover. That's all that's left of the box. Probably should have kept it, but that's okay. But it's a pretty cool looking box. It's got a nice box art, traditional, typical 30cm style box art, and that's about the box. You know, it comes with the plastic housing and all that other mumbo jumbo stuff. Now, I went standard. Standard I got from Hobby Search. It was about $160, give or take. You know, that is the average price for a 30cm figure, brand new from Japan, okay? That's not including what you're paying for the diamond reissues because those are all over the place these days. Now, I went standard for one reason. Because, you know, I felt like the light up just wasn't something that I needed. The eyes on the Rick light up. But it did have a cool feature. It had the Maser Cannon attachment that goes on his stomach right there. I felt like actually, the real reason I didn't get it was to piss off Mike Johnson. Because Mike Johnson, you know what? I did it just to get under your skin. Is it working? Because, good. Right. Ha! Ha ha! No, I didn't really do it to piss you off. It's just, I don't know, take it out on me at G-Fest next year. Beat me over the head with a stick. Anyway, so I went standard. I'm happy I went standard. Again, the Rick feature is pretty cool, but the light up, man. Jim Jenkins, what's up, dude? He had a problem with his leg because the attachment, I guess, for the Rick battery pack, it's over here underneath the calf, and that has got to be the stupidest spot to put that, I guess. I haven't seen it in person, only from the pictures, so that's kind of crazy. But, and the leg, actually the leg broke off on his, so another reason why I'm glad I didn't go Rick. So, the figure itself, large 30cm figure, right up there, and we'll do comparison towards the end, but the figure's beautiful. It's a robot, and it's got all these beautiful mech, you know, chrome color tones, lots of nice dark shadows to give it that, what I always say about the paint job, depth, a sense of depth with the figure. It looks very, very good, okay? And if it was just flat chrome mech looking robotic, it would look just flat and kind of almost boring, you know. So I like that it's got the shading, you know, from on the arms, on these fins back here, even on the chest, everything. There's nice darks throughout the figure, so it's not just a flat chrome mech looking robot. Okay, the highlights here we have on his thighs. Nice blue. Again, those have nice depth or dry brushing or paint highlights. Sorry, not dry brushing. I don't think there's any dry brushing. This is all sprayed for that matter. But that looks good on the thighs here. Same thing on the shoulders. These treads. That's for when Mogera turns into the Falcon and the Mole. Or the Mole and the Falcon, whichever one flies here. This is the Mole. That's the Falcon. Yeah. Okay, get it right. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, good. Okay. What else? I mean, the paint job is pretty basic, so it's basically just chrome and blue with the highlights there. The eyes have nice, translucent looking eye visors there that are orange and all pixelated and everything. That looks cool. Top of the head, it's got the little pokey thing, so be careful with that. That is vinyl, but that will probably break if you drop the figure or whatnot. Let's talk about the horn here, his nose. That is sharp. You could puncture yourself with that. Do not use this to beat your cat, your kids, neighbors. Don't do it. You're probably in a domestic dispute. You end up in jail, and, you know, that's a felony charge. The charge will read, beat neighbor with robot toy. It's not going to look good in the headlines, people. Don't do it, okay? But I really love the figure. Again, I'm not a big fan of SpaceGodzilla, the film, but it sounds like an 80s movie. SpaceGodzilla, the film! Anyway, but the figure looks awesome. I do dig the design. You know, I dig what Mogera looks like in the film. It's just, I think the execution of the whole movie is all wrong. And the score, didn't really dig the score. The SpaceGodzilla theme was cool. Dun, 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 dun. Whatever. But I do dig the figure. Articulation, only parts of articulation here. But with any X-Plus figure, oh look, these even turned. So if you want to do like spin-a-roonies, they're like... You can do that. But you want to be careful when moving those. You don't want to move them too much because the vinyl could rub on each other and it could ruin the paint job. So be careful with that. Okay? Okay. Tail stand. This figure comes with a tail stand. Now, without a tail stand, he actually stands pretty good. But my figure looks like he's leaning. I don't know if it's supposed to... I think some other collectors said theirs are more straight up, so I might have to hair dry him and try to chill him or something. But he doesn't need the tail stand to stand, okay? But it could fall backwards, you know, but mine's not. Maybe in some cases, if it got squishy soft in a hot summer day, it might want to tip backwards. But it's pretty heavy forward. But again, mine is leaning. He's got a little bit of a lean. So it should be more like that, okay? So I'm not going to mess with it too much, so I just take this tail stand. So if I put the tail stand on, now his heels are off the table. That's not good. I don't like that. So I just put it like that. Bada bing, bada boom. It's not going to tip back. It's not going to fall. It's not going to whatever. Feet are flat on the shelf, table, whatever you're doing, okay? Now, something else I was talking about the X-Plus group about the Godzilla 62, which will be the next review, is these vinyl stumps. Now, why couldn't they have made like a little plastic stand with a little rod, just a little cradle, something that's the wedge in between here? You know, kind of like they do with resin kits when you finish those kits. It's just a little rod that supports the tail instead of these big vinyl stumps. I'll tell you why. Because they already have the mold and they probably have a factory over in China where they're making these of people sweating over these vinyl stumps. And they have millions of them probably. It's just easier to do it this way. And I get it. So that's why we have the vinyl stumps. And a lot of these vinyl stumps are practically the same. The one for the 62, it's identical. So if you confuse them, don't worry. They're not confused. Anyway, so. What else can I say about the figure? I dig it. It's awesome. Again, like I said, standard hobby search, probably about $1.60 before shipping. If you went Rick, that was probably around $2.20, give or take. That's usually what the Rick prices are. And, yeah. So let's do a size comparison with SpaceGodzilla and Super Mechagodzilla. Now, all right. So this is the first time. Now, even though I'm looking at them from the back, it's the first time I'm doing a size comparison with our Heisei counterparts here. And I can tell you right now, these look awesome together. They really, really do. I think it's the first time I'm even doing a comparison with SpaceGodzilla and Mechagodzilla on the same table here. So that looks great. These all scale very nicely well together. Very, very nicely. Now, Mechagodzilla looks like he's a little bit tall. Wait, maybe it's because I got the feet. Mechagodzilla's a little bit taller than SpaceGodzilla, but not by much. It could just be, you know, the positioning of the figure. SpaceGodzilla, if he was a little bit more reared up, maybe. But not bad. Not bad at all. These look great together. And I probably should be displaying all my Heisei stuff together. I should start doing that. Because that will look cool. Because these look awesome. So, good. You know, it's not like with the UGCC modeling collection line or the favorite sculptors line that we're getting, you know, smaller figures in the 30 centimeter scale that don't scale well together. But these look great. It's one thing I like about a true 30 centimeter figure from X-Plus. Especially when it's a brand new sculpt. It is a big figure. It's not like, again, what we get with the modeling figures. Those are coming from resin kits. So the transfer from resin to vinyl, it shrinks. And that's why we have 28 centimeter figures in those lines. Anyway, so it looks awesome. I dig it. I'm really glad I picked up Mogera. And what does it stand for? Mobile Operations Godzilla Uniform Echo Romeo. Awesome. I don't know. Whatever. Hit up in the comments. Make up your own version. Mogera. Whatever. Okay? All right, so that's really it. That's my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Not too, I don't want to ramble too much, but it might still be available on Hobby Search. I'm not even sure. I'd have to check. Anyway, thank you for watching. I give the figure definitely a 10 out of 10. I have no complaints for it. It's definitely certified fresh. Bam! And that's what's up. So I will see you on the next Fresh Vinyl review. And remember, people, buy vinyl, fresh vinyl. Bam!